Hey guys, it's Nicole with Healthy Subs Nutrition. So this is the first part of the training course, which is going to help you to be able to implement the program and ensure the consistency between all the affiliates running our program. So over the next few hours, we're going to be going through the foundations of the program, how it's structured, how we've changed the structure over the past couple of years to focus more on a phased approach, and then growing, implementing your program, finding the right fit, as well as marketing. So without further ado, let's start and dive in here. So we've talked to hundreds of affiliate owners, dietitians, even some dietitians that do CrossFit. Everyone knows nutrition is important. And even as a dietitian, with my background being in the hospital, I knew nutrition was something that should be talked about in every single affiliate, but it's so tough to be able to figure out how to put it into a usable format. A little bit about my background. I went to school to be a registered dietitian. My mom was diagnosed with cancer when I was very young, and we completely changed our diet and our lifestyle. I cheered at University of Florida, and when the coaches found out that some of us had eating disorders, they sent us all to a dietitian. I changed my major the next day. So I went to school to be a dietitian, and then afterwards, after I finished my career as a cheerleader, I found CrossFit and absolutely loved it. Was doing CrossFit while in school, moved down to South Florida to work at a hospital, and realized that wasn't where my heart was. I wanted to help people prevent disease rather than manage it, and want to help people who wanted to change, not just because I was forced to go see them at the hospital. So started Healthy Subs Nutrition. I was coaching at a CrossFit, got my level 1, level 2, and my husband and I had the opportunity to start our own facility after a deal fell through with another local gym. So we ended up starting our own CrossFit, which has been a great way to kind of test some of the different things and figure out how to embed and implement nutrition more from day one, which we've done over the past year, and really gotten a lot of our affiliates to do some of the same things we're doing. And now we have hundreds of affiliates implementing the program, and they're all kind of trying different things. And that's what's the beauty of a mastermind group like this. We give you the tools to implement, and everyone's kind of putting their own spin on it. So that's kind of the basis of where this program started. I was running around doing nutrition challenges. A CrossFit in Port Orange had reached out to me to implement my nutrition practice at their facility, and we really made it systemized so that she could implement it without screwing it up, basically. So we found a way to do that, and now it's expanded overseas, and it's been a lot of fun. So our goal is to be able to help you implement nutrition from day one at your facility. The more we can be talking about nutrition on an everyday basis with new members and current members, that's how we're really going to build this program at your facility. So for the training objectives, we want to learn the structure of the program, identify the roles that we play versus the roles that you guys are going to be playing as implementing the program. And then we're going to help you find the right fit to run the program and the best launch strategy, and then determine the best marketing strategies for you. So the main thing is that we want to put nutrition into a usable format. There's so many people that I've talked to that have some nutrition background. Maybe they took an online course, or they know what worked well for them, which isn't going to work well for all of your other members. Even people with a registered dietitian background. It took me years to figure out how to put all the science into a usable format. At the end of the day, your clients don't care about the science. They care about helping them go from point A to point B the most efficient way possible. So we need to make it based on behavior change. We need to put small, actionable steps that are realistic in a plan for them, so they know exactly what they need to do when they leave. We need to test their data, find out where they are now. We need to get a baseline, and then we need to give them all the resources they need to be successful. We don't want to talk about a restrictive diet. When you start talking about taking things away, it's going to put a negative connotation on the whole consult. We want to talk about what they can have, what things they can do to help them be successful. We want to give them a structured plan, and we want to provide accountability. We know that over 90% of people that lose weight will not be able to keep it off. So what are the people that are able to lose weight? What are they doing differently? They have an accountability. They have a support system there to help them stay on track. They're constantly checking data. They're tracking their food. They have a plan that's tailored to them. And that's what we're going to help you do. So from a gym perspective, I asked an affiliate on their training completion call this week. I said, hey, talk to me about when a new member comes in. Is nutrition brought up? If you're not there, how are your coaches talking about nutrition? As a gym owner, as a nutrition coach, you're not going to be there 100% of the time, but we need to make sure that we have a good elevator pitch for all of your coaches to be on the same page so that everyone is talking about nutrition the same way so that there's consistency within your program. I just wrote an article for the CrossFit Journal talking about this. You really need consistency within the program. It needs to be systemized. So I would ask your coaches, go up to them and find out, hey, if someone came in for nutrition, what would you say? So we can't just say, hey, go talk to Bob or go talk to Nicole. That's not going to be a good way to help your clients and give them the confidence that Nicole can help them. You want them to know a little bit about the program, not to sell it, but just to give them an idea of how is this different from Weight Watchers down the street. We want to incorporate nutrition from day one. So we need to be testing some type of data. We need to be looking at their weight or their body fat percentage. We need to be looking at something. We need to be incorporating it into a foundations or on-ramp program. Recently, we added customized nutrition to our on-ramp as an upgrade. We call it the gold on-ramp, and people are going through the normal. We have 4 1-hour personal training sessions at ours, and then after those 4 1-hour personal training sessions, they can continue with personal training or they can jump into CrossFit classes. Each on-ramp session, we talk about a different nutrition topic. So there's a script that the coaches know. It's part of the warm-up, and there's tips under each topic. So the coaches know exactly what needs to be said. A nutrition coach doesn't need to run the regular on-ramp. So the first one, we're talking about the plate method. The coach is giving the client a 3-compartment container. The next one, we're talking about eating out and hydration. All of this is on the affiliate files page. You can see the breakdown and what our follow-up emails say. The gold on-ramp is going to be a 1-hour consultation on top of the basic nutrition that's gone through during every session. So exactly what you would do for a customized package and initial consultation, you're doing it with the gold on-ramp. Your member would be converted over to a wellness membership automatically. So after the gold on-ramp, they would go to a wellness membership, which would include nutrition plus their CrossFit or personal training. So every month they're meeting with you. It's an ongoing cycle. We want to be testing biometrics. We want to give them the data, let them see the numbers. Most of the time, people have no idea where they're starting when they come to you. So we need to be testing something to show them where they are now. I can't stress this part of implementing a nutrition program the most. We need consistency. Let me give you an example. If you have 5 coaches on your staff and one of them's talking about paleo, one of them's talking about zone, one of them's talking about keto, the other one's RP, and you do your own thing. What's going to happen when your members ask about nutrition? They're going to be torn in so many different directions. They're not going to know where to go. They're not going to know what they should do. So we really want to make sure that your members are hearing the same consistent message from your coaches, from a questions at standpoint, just talking about the program. We need consistent content. So how you build expertise is consistently talking about nutrition, consistently providing value to people who are watching different channels of social media or on your email list. So that doesn't mean selling. It means talking about the importance of food logging. It means asking questions of the day. What did you have before you came here? Getting people to answer and engage is important because you want to be able to engage back with them to help provide a little value, help connect with them on a nutrition standpoint. You've already made those relationships if you own a CrossFit gym with coaching. If your member has a question about coaching, they're going to come to you. You need to build that relationship with nutrition so that if your members have a question about nutrition, they're coming to you. we want to make sure that there's consistency from the client experience. So one of the biggest things we can tell you is if you're giving, and this is something that I did not do at the beginning of starting a private practice, and probably one of the things that took me the longest thing to realize is I would like write down notes real quick and give the client a handwritten piece of paper and said, hey, follow this after our conversation for an initial consult. That's not really providing the consistency with different clients and the resources that your client needs to be successful. So we want to be consistently giving them something to go home with. We want to be consistently asking the same questions and providing a customized plan based on the answers to those questions. So that's why it's important to follow the user guides that are written out for you so that you make sure that you're asking the same questions. Let me give you an example. I had a affiliate that I was working with. She does a really awesome job. She's grown the nutrition program really well. And a couple of times at the beginning, she would skip over the measurements part. They would get wrapped up in whatever. Maybe she wasn't looking at the user guide or whatever it was. The initial consult form didn't have test biometrics on it, do measurements. She would do the scan. They had an InBody, but she would forget to do the measurements. And sometimes the measurements are the best way to find bright spots in the afternoon. So every part of a consult that's written down in that user guide has an important place and you're gonna need it. So try not to skip over anything. We wanna make sure the client experience is the same. And at the end of the day, the route that we've set up for you is really to help you be able to follow up with your clients the best and be able to find bright spots for them, be able to give them a realistic plan. So we wanna make sure that it's a consistent experience. We wanna make sure that we're talking to clients the same way with every aspect. So if we're talking about supplements, these are why you would want supplements, not pushing that down the road. This is why you would want to log your food. This is why you want to eat before you work out. All of the message is going to be consistent, and we want to make sure that nutrition has a presence in the facility. If you walked into your facility, if no one talked to a coach, would they even know that you offer nutrition programs? If your answer is no to that question, we need to change something about your gym. So the components of the training today, we're going to talk about the gold standard of implementing and running a nutrition program. Of the hundreds of affiliates that are implementing our program, what are the ones that are doing well, doing now? What things can you do today to help grow your program tomorrow? How can we launch this program in the new year or whenever you're launching? How can we do this the most successful way possible? We want to talk about the phase 1 and phase 2 approach, a challenge. It's a great way to kickstart a program, build interest in a program, but it's not going to be the end answer. So we want to find out where a challenge fits into this and what can you do after a challenge is over. And lastly, growing and marketing your program. So if we're looking at this program, why is it different? People ask me that. Well, how does it compare to other things on the market? Number one, you've got a program that's written and under the supervision of a registered dietitian. It's very behavior-based. It shifts the focus from elimination to substitution, keeping it super positive. We focus on nutrition education that's based around what your client's doing now. So if your client comes to you and is used to eating out every single day, if we talk about the importance of meal prepping and weighing food and having them do all of these different things related to that, that's going to be too big of a jump. So we're going to break it up, and that's why there's a phase approach. So phase 1 is going to be the biggest things that your client can do to start their journey to success. Phase 2 is going to be dialing in the little details. So we don't want to get wrapped up on every single little piece and component of the program as far as making your clients do all of these different things. The biggest thing you want to do is break it up into little steps based on their determining your baseline, based on their answers. You want to come up with a solution that's realistic to their life. So if we're talking about that client that's going out to eat every day, telling them to prep food is not realistic. Let's backtrack. Let's get them off the soda, off the juice, drinking more water, walking a little bit, and then let's talk about what we should eat when we go out to eat. Where should we go? Probably not the buffets. What can they get to? So this would be a good time to have some restaurant partners. So you could say, hey, go to this place, get their dietitian approved stuff, It's clearly labeled on their menu. Or, hey, this meal delivery company would be a great option to get you started. And then we'll talk about making some different foods or bringing lunch twice a week, that type of thing. So at the end of the day, you want your clients to walk away with a concrete plan that they can implement and they feel positive and they feel motivated to continue when you're not sitting right next to them. The biggest thing I hear when my clients come back is, hey, this was easy. That's exactly what I want to hear. I want to hear that it was easy, because if it's easy, that means that you can do it long term. If it's super complicated and you're focusing on all the numbers and doing all this stuff, then your clients are going to be overwhelmed. They're going to stop doing it, and then they're not going to feel like they can do it forever. So we want to keep it simple, keep it easy, and figure out where your clients are now to help make that plan easy for them. And it's not going to be the same version every single time. So as far as roles of implementation, so our role, HSN Consulting, we give you all the tools you need to implement. We're going to be providing training every couple months for anyone that wants to jump on, whether coaches. I recommend the owners, because sometimes monthly calls that we give you, or that we do with you, 30-minute monthly calls, they might not have the owner jump in every time. So if the owner is not jumping in, it's just the nutrition coach, it's important that the owner knows what's going on, help the nutrition coach stay accountable. So getting in with those webinars will be important. We've got monthly calls on the affiliate files page. The first thing is book a call. So you can book a call right from there. Ongoing support. We're also updating all the time, different information, giving you new resources, providing marketing, providing questions of the day, providing infographics, success stories. Use those tools that are already there for you. We also started writing love letters. You get those when you book a call. We're not giving those out. We really want to be talking to affiliates running our program and help them grow. So make sure you book those. As the facilitator of the program, where you're at, you go through the training, you finish the completion call, you get an HSN training certificate. After that, we're going to help you get ready to implement the program. You're going to get landing page. You're going to meet with clients. You're going to do individual packages, ongoing coaching. You'll do the 28-day challenge or a nutrition fix or whatever you want to call it. It's fine, but basically a challenge. They would run a couple times a year, fine. But really, you want to get people over to ongoing coaching. So if we just run a challenge, that's not really going to help your clients long-term, because we know they need accountability, and it's not going to help you build a sustainable nutrition program, because you're just going to be relying on the challenges. You want to build ongoing nutrition as an add-on for your membership and get people ongoing with nutrition consultations to build a consistent flow for your nutrition clients. So finding the right fit to run the program. This is something that we talk to a lot of affiliates about. Sometimes I tell affiliates when we do the free calls, hey, I think that you should go through the training first. If you don't have the perfect fit yet, not a big deal. We'll find someone to help you run the program. But getting the wrong person in the seat is not going to help you be successful with running the program. We want to find someone that's personable, that's relatable. When I hired a dietitian to help me, I didn't really care that she was brand new out of school. I can teach someone, and by going through this course, they're going to know how to implement nutrition. Having a personal connection with your clients is going to be much more important than necessarily the nutrition knowledge that we can teach. You can't teach someone to be personable or relatable or positive. You need someone that's a cheerleader and that's motivating. If you don't have that person, it's going to be very tough for them to connect with your nutrition clients, and it's going to be very tough for them to maintain a nutrition business, because your clients need to connect with you. Same thing with coaching. I'm sure when you hire coaches, if they're not personable or relatable, but they're an amazing coach, that's not going to get them the job. You need them to have that personality. You want to make sure the philosophy is aligned. So if your nutrition coach is posting about donuts and ice cream and they're telling their clients not to do that, probably not the best person for the job. You want someone that's an innovator and a go-getter, someone that is going to talk to members and go out to corporate companies and talk and try to get those partnerships. As an owner, you want to help them do that, but you want someone that's driven and motivated to do that too. So, scope of practice. Registered dietitians running this program, you have much more freedom with implementing medical nutrition therapy, helping people manage disease, diabetes, kidney disease. People that are not registered dietitians, that's still out of the scope of practice of this program. Nutritionist versus dietitian. Technically, nutritionist isn't a legally backed term. So if you're looking to partner with a quote unquote nutritionist, let's see what other kind of credentials they have, because most anyone can call themselves a nutritionist after a weekend course or it's not legally backed. So anyone can call themselves a nutritionist. They're not qualified to treat disease, and in most states, you cannot write customized meal plans. So all the meal plans are written by me. It clearly states that when you give the meal plans to your clients. So you guys aren't actually writing any of the materials. So what can you call yourself? We recommend nutrition coach. Coach is already a common term for your clients. So nutrition coach is perfect. We want to make sure that all of your clients sign waivers. So they need to understand that this program is not designed to treat disease. We want to make sure that they sign those waivers. Even our clients will sign waivers as well. If you own a gym, the best bet would be to just add the nutrition component to your universal waiver so everyone sign it, and your nutrition coach doesn't even have to worry about having them sign something extra when they sign up for a nutrition program. So medical nutrition therapy, just to kind of recap, you must be an RD by law. Many states have different regulations as far as the degree of punishment that you get. For instance, in Florida, if you are talking to people about managing diabetes through nutrition, you could get upwards of $10,000 fine or a year in jail. Let's stay away from that. Stay away from the medical nutrition therapy. Just don't do it. You could always just say, hey, I would recommend you visit your doctor. Once you get doctor's clearance, then we'd be happy to help. All right, so roles and tasks for a nutrition coach. We need these clearly defined. If you're starting to run the program, this is going to help you stay on track. If you are passing this program off to someone else, you need to make sure that you give them the roles and tasks so they're very clearly laid out for them so they know exactly what they need to do prior to launching the program, prior to starting individual counseling and challenges and ongoing marketing. What things do they need to do? We need to make sure we have a fully functional website. We need to have on there the packages that are offered, links to sign up. We need to gather success stories. So they're all on our website. You can use those to start. If you have your own, if you're running through this course for a second time, thank you. There's a lot of stuff that's been updated since the first one. Use those, use ours, however you want to do it, but make sure that you have some success stories. You want those success stories on your landing page as well. You want to create a call to action page. Same thing, nutrition landing page. We want to send out an email talking about why nutrition is important. We want to be posting consistent nutrition content, make videos, create infographics. We use Canva, which we'll go into in a little bit, but making some consistent content, using our content to get you started will be a great way to start to build awareness about nutrition, get people hyped up that something is coming. So as far as roles and tasks for marketing, we want to be posting weekly nutrition tips on our website or on social media. When you're posting them on social media, you want them to be on your general page. This is going to help to increase engagement. Your coaches should be answering those nutrition tips of the day, or if there's questions, they need to be engaging in social media. You need to be, or the nutrition coach needs to be responding to each comment. So this engagement is going to help boost where the post comes up on Facebook. You really need that. I would recommend one day a week, say Wednesdays or Food for Thought Friday, and that's the nutrition question of the day. However you want to do it, but definitely making sure that it's consistent with when you post it and that there's involvement on there. When you're running a challenge, you can give someone an extra point for engaging in the nutrition question of the day. We can post recipes. All the recipes are on our website under the nutrition tab, and then you go to recipes. They're all there. So you can use those, post those in a newsletter. You can post those on social media. We also need posting nutrition hours of the day, which we'll get to in a minute. So as far as nutrition coaching, what happens? We want to make sure that there's a software that people can set nutrition hours and book appointments. Acuity, if you have Zen Planner, you can use that. Mind Body, Wodify, whatever the system is, we need to make sure that we can have a system for client management. If not, you're going to double book, and you want to make it easy for nutrition coach or regular coaches to book a nutrition coach. So you need some type of software. If you don't have anything, try Acuity first. That'll be a great first step. We want to make sure that we're sending confirmation emails out 24 to 36 hours prior to the consult. So this is going to make sure that you don't have no-shows or last-minute cancellations. We want to be sending out that confirmation email prior to the client coming in. There needs to be a folder made with their handbook and all the intake questions. You'll have the meal plans printed out in a folder, so you could just pull those. That's fine. We're working on a new system now where you can upload it to a tracking software, so that hopefully is coming soon. We will want to be reviewing food logs, and we also want to have highlight boards. So this highlight board is a great example. You want to make sure that the client is standing behind it, their name, what program they did, how much they lost, what they gained, and in how long. So we started off with before and after pictures, and a lot of times, like even this person with a baggy shirt on, you probably wouldn't be able to realize that she lost 17 inches in a month. But if you have it in front of you on a board, your clients are going to be super stoked to sit or stand in front of the board and hold up all their awesome work. So you're going to have people that are much more willing to do before or the highlight board stories. People don't feel comfortable when they come in, especially new clients that aren't members of your gym, to take a picture before a picture. So this is going to be a much more kosher way to do it that is going to make your clients feel good about all their hard work and keep them motivated, because we know that success leads to motivation. So running a challenge. We want to make sure that there are some marketing materials. We need a Google Doc so that people can register for biometric testing. We want to have a schedule for marketing. We're going to go into that schedule in a little bit. There's got to be a Facebook page. We're going to create folders with resources. We're going to have a challenge seminar. There's a PowerPoint available, so you could just run through the PowerPoint. There's also a challenge recap video that you can run through or post on your social media or email out to the people that missed it. We want to post recipes and other content online in that Facebook group. We want to engage with clients online and in person. I can't tell you the value it is enough that when you see a nutrition client, you ask them, hey, how's it going? How's the nutrition going? Your clients want to know that you care. So you shouldn't just be asking nutrition questions when you see them in person. You should be, or when you see them for a nutrition consult, you should be asking them when you see them in person, when they're around the gym or when you're coaching, hey, how's it going? People want to know that you care. So after that, we've got tracker sheets that are available. We want to do the highlight boards, and then we're announcing the winner. We'll go into all of the challenge details in a later lesson, but this is just the basics of what you would need to do when running a challenge. Valuing your time. So we need content that's going to help build your expertise. We give you the content, you need to post it. Beyond the general recommendations, you need to be consistent with what you're giving your clients and what you charge. I made the mistake in the past of not doing this, and I had friends that I quote unquote gave a discount rate to, and then they referred a friend, and then they expect the discount, and I don't even know that person. So it's like a trickle down effect. About 2 years ago, I stopped doing discounts. Everyone's on the same rate. It makes it easy. I know exactly what I'm charging every single person. Everyone knows. And then there's no hard feelings, and no one feels like they aren't getting the same value for the service because their friend got it cheaper. So be consistent with what you're charging. If clients are asking you in-depth questions about nutrition or customized plans, hey, why don't you book a consult instead of them grabbing you? Because sometimes there is a fine line between giving general advice and then really dialing in exactly what your clients need to do. So we want to make sure that we're consistent with what we're telling our clients. So setting nutrition hours. This is going to be a great way to ensure that you are not going to the gym or to the office for a 30 minutes consult and then have a 10-hour break before your next client. I would highly recommend that you book your clients take a few hours, maybe 4 days a week, those are your nutrition hours. Those are the times that clients can book, and that's it. Otherwise, you're going to be spacing out all your nutrition clients, and it's not going to be efficient for your time. And then you're going to start resenting the whole job itself. So take nutrition hours, take that and use it from the beginning so that it's consistent with nutrition clients and they're not asking you, oh, well, can I do Tuesday night because I can't do Tuesday morning? Okay, why don't you do Wednesday night, because that's a different, that's the night hours that we have. If you have 2 nutrition coaches, maybe you go back and forth. One week is one person, the next week's the next person, and back and forth that way. If you have hours set, it's going to be much easier for people that are at the gym to be able to book an appointment for you, so that you can get someone in without you being there. So hours, you can post those on social media. You can post those in your private social media page, business pages, in your newsletter. You can have a board that has the nutrition hours. You should be posting those all over so that people clearly know when the nutrition hours are. Making it a little bit more scarce gets people to pull the trigger a little faster too. So knowing that the nutrition hours are going to sell out and they want to book their appointment first or get the best hours, that would be the best bet. So if you're doing nutrition hours, you want to give your current clients the first priority, and then new clients will fill in the gaps after that. Compensation for nutrition coaches, 4 nights is the gold standard. So 44.4% of what a coach brings in is what they should be taking home. If you have 2 coaches, they're going to be getting 44% of what they bring in. If you have 2 people running in the challenges, they're splitting that 44.4%. If they have equal roles. So if you have 2 people, it's going to get a little tricky if they're running a challenge together, but one person should be making 44.4% of what is coming in that they're related to. So nutrition clients are going to make that of their nutrition coaches are going to make that of their nutrition clients. Part of that 44.4% is also the time that's spent creating content. So you shouldn't be paying your coach extra for, or if you're running the program, you shouldn't be paid extra for the marketing, the time that is spent copying and pasting the nutrition tips. That's part of your job. That's how you're making upwards of $50 an hour, $60 an hour running a nutrition program. Constant presence. So we talked about social media posts, having stuff in newsletters. We want to have these highlight boards. You can see this is what you will see when you walk into our gym. So there's 20 pictures here, or more than that, of people standing behind their highlight boards. I can't tell you how it just draws new people's attention to all these boards. All these people have done Nutrition Plus CrossFit or Nutrition Plus Fitness, kids, Nutrition Plus Kids classes, or just nutrition. So we highlight the people doing nutrition because that's what we want potential new people to see all of our people doing. So we really want to highlight nutrition plus whatever program you're trying to build. That's what you want to highlight there. You want to be talking to members about nutrition on a day-to-day basis. You want to be showing success stories on your website, on social media, but also have a permanent place on the nutrition landing page in your actual facility. So we want to make sure, if you haven't done this yet, please take a few minutes to do this. If you're running through the course again, we should definitely have this up in our facility. So go ahead and start making a board like this. I ordered that the graphic focus on how far you've come, not how far you have to go, off Etsy, and then just got 2 of those boards from Target, and then it's just clothespins. Pretty simple, costs less than $50, but it makes a huge deal with the presence of nutrition in our facility. Growth strategies. We want to be talking about nutrition all the time. How will your new clients know that you offer nutrition services? So we need to make sure that all of our coaches on board, before you launch a program, you need to have a coaches meeting and go through some role playing. We're actually going to be doing this today during our coaches meeting, just to refresh some of the newer coaches. Hey, I'm a new person coming in. What are you going to talk to me about? If I'm interested in nutrition, how are you going to get my contact information to the nutrition coach? Or how do you book an appointment? Your coaches need to know that. They need to have an elevator pitch of what happens. We want to be consistent with content. I think Unfortunately, in today's society, people build businesses over Facebook and Instagram overnight, and quantity has sometimes trumped the quality of the work. So we need to make sure that we are consistent. I can give you an example of an affiliate that I know. He had another RD running a program, and RD is great. She's really great, but they had someone else who had a super bubbly personality, very go-getter, no nutrition background. She took an online course, and she was posting constantly about her journey with nutrition, how she's changed, how these little things will help, nutrition tips, all this stuff. She ended up getting more clients than the veteran RG because she was posting constantly on social media and relating to her potential new clients. So we really want to find out what questions your clients are asking. We can help you, and take note of it. Questions that your clients are asking about, answer those in social media posts, answer those in love letters. That's what you need to do to help and really capture an audience. You want to give them content that they want to know about. So structuring our program, we want to talk about it as phase 1 and phase 2. We want to talk about, a long-term approach rather than how much they can lose in a month. I tell clients, I don't care how much you can lose in a month. I care how much you can keep off in a year. You want to build a plan so they see you as part of their long-term solution, not just how you can help them in 28 days. It doesn't matter how much they can lose in 28 days because we know 90% of people will regain the weight right back after they lose it. So we want to talk about the importance of accountability and what happens after the initial assessment and they're given a plan, what happens on that ongoing coaching part. So what does happen? Phase 1 is how we break up. We call it 2-phase approach. We have phase 1. So your clients are going to come in. You're going to determine their baseline. We're going to test biometrics. That is their weight, their body fat percentage. We're going to find out what they're doing now. We're going to help them set up realistic goals with action steps. And then we're going to start teaching them how to do those action steps through nutrition. So everyone, they're going to focus on, the foundations of nutrition. Hey, there's 3 types of macronutrients. There's carbs, proteins, and fats. These are the ones we want to stick to and why. If we're having a treat, this is when we should have it. This is how often we should have it. And then they're going to walk away with a customized plan. You need everyone to start off with some type of phase 1. So they're either doing a jumpstart package, a 4-week package, a one-time consult, a challenge, a shape up package. We're doing some type of initial package where we're getting a baseline. We're not just jumping right into phase 2, which is accountability, retesting biometrics, reviewing food logs, tweaking the plan. They need to have a plan before we tweak the plan. So phase 1 is really important, and then we go into phase 2. Hope this makes sense. Phase 2 is going to be monthly check-ins. You're going to do accountability. We're going to review their food logs. They are going to be doing a wellness membership or just nutrition ongoing coaching. We typically will charge a little bit more for our non-members to do just ongoing coaching. We'll work on the prices a little bit, but no matter what, we need to have a phase 1 and phase 2, and you need to have it clearly defined on your website, and your coaches need to be aware of what happens during phase 1 and phase 2 so that they can explain to a new potential client at least the elevator pitch. Hope this helps. We will be diving into over the next few lessons how to structure phase 1, how to structure phase 2, how to structure a challenge, and then how to market this thing to help you guys grow. All right, looking forward to helping you guys.